we're going to play the main title from Bridgerton, which you actually only hear as a main title in the first episode. But where it came from is actually in the second episode. There was a moment in these ball sequences where every now and then the music kind of comes out from the background, and there's a moment where Simon and Daphne dance in the second episode, and this is a piece that we wrote for that I actually wrote with a composer named Michael Dean Parsons, an incredible young composer, and did some additional music throughout later in the season, especially in these ball sequences. And it was one of those pieces that we tried a bunch of other things for the main title, and Chris really just fell in love with this piece, and we tried it there, and he was like, I just want to have this one there, and so this became the main title, Bridgerton. Thank you. Next, we're gonna play a piece that was one of my favorite themes, called "All Is Fair in Love and War," and it happens later in the season when Penelope has her heart broken, and actually a lot of the characters are kind of in the lowest moment throughout the season, and for some reason, I think I even though I feel like a pretty happy person, I really love really sad music, and and I just remember writing to this scene, and this one kind of came out pretty immediately, and so this is one that's always stuck with me, and this is "All Is Fair in Love and War." Thank you. Um, Next, we're gonna play a piece that happens in the final episode, and it's called "Love Is a Choice." And it's another piece that I really loved, a scene where I really loved, just because one of the things that I appreciated about this show is that um, on the surface, before you see it, you might think it's like your typical romance story where they're chasing each other the whole season and do they get together and all of that. And I feel like the thing I really loved about it is that they decide to be together and then they work through that throughout the whole season, and they have to deal with getting to know one another's traumas and the things that make somebody a little bit complicated or difficult or whatever you might want to say. And I feel like in this episode, in this scene, the Daphne's mother is telling her that love is a choice. Love is something that you choose to do on a daily basis, and it's something that I really appreciated. Also, as a newly married man, my wife and I just got married a year ago, and thank you. And it's something that we talk about on a daily basis. Is that we choose to love one another on a daily basis, and that's what's special about it. The work that goes into that, and how you get to know how to be the best partner to your partner. And so this is called "Love Is a Choice." Thank you. Now, the last piece that we'll play. Like I said earlier, there are all these incredible um, covers that we hear throughout the whole season, and it was a big part of helping me find the sound of the show. That first piece I wrote, that Simon and Daphne's theme, was uh, one of the first, breadcrumbs that kind of led me down this trail to find the sound, and that came from Chris Van Dusen, the show's creator, gave me a few Ravel piano pieces that he really loved, and that helped inspire that piece. And then the other thing that really unlocked the sound for me was I remember sitting and watching the first episode in our spotting session, and the first cover you hear is "Thank You Next." And for the people that haven't seen it yet, I'm sorry for spoiler alert, but um, it just was this really brilliant moment to me, which is why Alex Patsavas is who she is, and such a genius. I feel like it helped put me in the space of these characters mentally and emotionally because of how I might relate to that song in our everyday life, and hearing it in this context immediately allowed me to understand what these people are going through, what these women are feeling in this scenario. And I was really thankful that I had the chance to do one of those covers later in the season, and it's this song called "Strange" by Celeste. And I immediately thought of Hillary for this. And the cover is a pretty simple cover. It's just playing the song, but the thing that really captures it and makes it feel like it comes alive is how the melody is performed, and that's all Hillary. It's funny, when we came in here, my mother-in-law, we were walking in, and I was like, "Yeah, this is Hillary," and we were kind of walking. She was like, "Wait, you're the Hillary that played on Strange?" And she was like fangirling about Hillary, and it's it's so amazing. So I hope you guys enjoy. This is Strange. Thank you all so much. One more time for Hillary Smith. Thank you so much. My name is Chris Bowers. I hope you guys enjoy the episode. Thank you for listening.